India operated on multiple occasions an aircraft that was not airworthy, potentially risking the safety of passengers. A 164-seater Airbus A320 with an expired airworthiness license flew 8 times on November 25 and 24 before an engineer discovered the lapse and the plane was taken out of service, said people with knowledge of this matter. This has prompted an investigation by the regulator, Directorate General of Civil Aviation. I have Aditya Vadhavan joining me with more details. Aditya, what more can you tell us?
Absolutely, Vishal. Indeed, it's a very serious, security, serious lapse on the part of Air India. We have seen, this year there have been several crashes involving the Air India planes, the Boeing aircraft. So indeed, now since now this latest incident, which has prompted investigation by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation. Indeed, it raises the fact that how this Tata-owned airline is operating. It is very serious as far as the passenger safety is concerned. We have seen, this year has been a year of crashes, and indeed now, it needs to be thoroughly investigated as to what. How this aircraft, Boeing aircraft, was allowed to operate when its airworthiness license had expired. So indeed, there will be scrutiny for the Air India officials and Air India, and indeed they'll have to answer many very serious questions that will be posed by the DGCA, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario, considering the fact that the Air India has been in the news for quite some time because there have been several crashes this year. So indeed, it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario. Vaishali, back to you.
All right. I have Captain Surjit Panisar, who's an aviation expert. Mr. Panisar, of course, we are talking about the Tata-owned Air India operated on multiple occasions where an aircraft was not airworthy, but it was potentially risking the safety of passengers, but it still was involved in. All right, viewers, we'll try and reconnect with my guest. But we're telling you about the Tata-owned Air India operated on multiple occasions an aircraft that was not airworthy, potentially risking the safety of passengers. The 164-seater Airbus A320 with an expired airworthiness license flew 8 times on November 24 to 25 before an engineer discovered the lapse and the plane was taken out of service, said people with knowledge of the matter. This has prompted an investigation by the regulator, Directorate General of Civil Aviation. So, of course, viewers, this is big breaking news coming in and very shocking indeed. The aircraft was not worthy of flying and it was still being used. It flew 8 times on November 24 to 25. This is a huge risk to the lives of the passengers. And I have Captain Surjit Panisar, aviation expert, joining me. Now, Captain Panisar, this is a very shocking thing that has happened. The Tata-owned Air India operated an aircraft on multiple occasions and they risked the lives of many passengers. What do you have to say?
See, there are a lot of things happening today. Either our regulatory body is weakening their strength, and airlines are violating very serious things. Recently, they have flown one aircraft without certificate of airworthiness, which is mandatory certificate for the aircraft after overhauling. They have operated that aircraft with passenger endangering safety of hundreds of passengers. But what action? I am going to file an FIR against Air India Chief Operating Officer, and that aircraft is now being grounded by DGCA for flying without certificate of airworthiness, which is a mandatory license to operate an aircraft. Otherwise, in case of any crash, they will not get insurance for the aircraft and passengers. These serious violations are being taken every day. I do not know why DGCA is quiet about it. Now, after knowing this thing, after a few days, they have grounded that aircraft in Bombay. Now, you can imagine the violations taking place every day. The airlines are not accountable. Somebody has to save the life of our innocent passengers flying by these aircraft. This airline was one of the best airlines in the world when Honorable J.R.D. Tata was alive. Now it has really gone to very bad situation on no maintenance, no proper checks and all that stuff. Who's to be blamed for this? This is my observation.
Captain Surjit Panesar, now what exactly do you think happened? Because here we're getting information, of course, that the aircraft was not airworthy. But what are the factors that determine if an aircraft is not fit for flying? If you could just give a little brief about it.
See, let me tell you, every aircraft is certified to operate for 1 year. After 1 year, it has to go for overhauling. When it goes for overhaul, they check all the systems, airframe, landing gear, everything. After checking that, the DGCA inspects the aircraft and then they do a test flight for that aircraft. After test flight, they clear the aircraft for passenger flying. Now this one of the A320 has undergone CFA checks and all that. And without test flight, without clearance by DGCA, it has flown with passengers, endangering safety of passengers. In case of crash or any incident, if aircraft is not airworthiness, they will not get insurance for the aircraft and passengers. This is the serious demand by the airline. Why airline and DGCA should not be charge-sheeted and FIR should be filed against them for not taking action in time? Do you want to take an action after the incident or accident? Do you want to do this because Tata has tons of money, they can pay tons of money to the bereaved family? That is not the safety solution. Why DGCA is quiet about it? Why they have not grounded this aircraft till today? Now, this is a very serious lapse on the part of the DGCA Airline, and I am going to file an FIR against the Chief Operating Officer of India.
Absolutely.
There's no other solution for these people.
Absolutely, Captain Panesar. There's no